Hey guys, it's Gwen. We just put out our Granny Chapter 3 musical, and as usual, I read all the comments, so I saw this, and all of this. I just need to know why. What are you gonna use a zombie baby for? Are you trying to scare someone out of your house? Did you not have a good Christmas? But since you guys asked so nicely, I can show you.
To start, you can purchase this talking, crawling doll off the internet. I feel like I need to immortalize how cute it was when we got it because it's adorable, but we're gonna make it even better. To dig right in, I sliced through those pigtails as quickly as possible and no, it still looks pretty much the same. I cut the rest of its hair as short as possible. If you're wondering how I got so good at cutting hair, it wasn't because I used to play hair salon with my dolls as a kid. I did want to, but someone told me that dolls' hair didn't grow back, and for some reason I believed them. I actually got good at this because I practiced on myself earlier. I just felt like I couldn't complete the year 2020 without giving myself a haircut in the bathroom mirror like everybody else. And it worked perfectly on both of us. We look just like twins. Next, I decided I had to do something about this face because it didn't look different enough yet, and I really wanted to feel like I had made progress. I dipped a Q-tip in nail polish remover and I scrubbed away its whole face. I believe that we can now say that this doll is officially turned to the dark side. Let's just get rid of the last vestiges of pink cuteness and pretend it was always like this. The next day, I needed a way to remove the rest of the hair, either pulling it out with tweezers or, I didn't expect that to work. I thought I was just gonna have to shave it down as far as I could. But this is good, but it's gonna take a while.
It's going.
It's like cutting a real baby.
That doesn't sound right. I don't think you've actually cut a baby's hair.
You want your raisins.
Did you guys notice how Nate changed the subject rather than answer? I mean, maybe he really needed to know where to put the raisins because I think he'd usually just throw them in the garbage because, I don't know, raisins stink or something. And he did need to move them because he and AJ were filming in the kitchen, but maybe he was trying to avoid his embarrassing history as a professional baby doll barber. Maybe.
Yes, baby.
You love it.
I love this baby.
You love it.
It's getting balder. We love you.
After half an hour of tearing the hair off a doll one tweezer full at a time, it's always good to take a break and smell the Christmas tree? That's what my cat told me anyway.
Hey. Hey! Beets are delicious. They also allow you to quote Macbeth. You get like red stuff all over your hands and you're like, ouch, damaged spot, ouch! Yeah, you changed the angle of the camera.
I wish I could say that was the first time he'd knocked over the camera.
Oh. Very nice, very nice. I appreciate it.
He's like, I'll show you what I did with your camera.
40 minutes later.
You're supposed to cook cranberries before you eat them. I mean, it won't kill you.
50 minutes later.
What are you doing?
Don't mind me.
An hour later, still ripping hair out, still staging a weird cooking show in the kitchen.
I don't even know you're supposed to put tomatoes in an oven.
You can put tomatoes in an oven. I've done it. Intentionally to eat.
1 hour and 20 minutes later, this doll was officially bald. I know they usually say to work smarter, not harder, but they also say you can't argue with results, and I took every single one of these hairs off this doll's head, so I'm giving myself a gold star. I started painting the doll green, a color that humans just generally aren't. Using a paintbrush, then decided I didn't like the paintbrush and immediately turned this into a finger painting project. The paintbrush was doing too good a job, really. Like, it was turning the entire baby green, which looked less delightfully rotten and more like a nervous visitor from Mars. I aimed for something splotchy and weird. When I was done, it looked like the doll and I had lost a fight with an avocado. Supposedly, the eyes are the windows to the soul. So the most important part of making this doll look as soulless and vividly haunting as possible is to shut those eyes up tight. You're gonna paint them stark, empty white, lidless, vacant, but somehow still watching you everywhere you go. And you know, white and red look really good together. Makes me think of such great things like candy canes. So I dripped some red on there, unevenly, so it would look natural. I was actually surprised at how little the eyes stood out at this point. I thought about painting on some sharp little eyebrows or spiky lashes or, oh yeah, just give those nice white eyes some dark, sunken sockets around them. Nothing makes your empty eyes pop like some nice sunken sockets. If you find yourself making this face while you're working, that's good. It's a very encouraging start to your doll's life of spooks and spoils. It's clearly an awesome little monster. All that was left to do was try out a different paintbrush, decide I didn't like that paintbrush either, and finger paint my way to the finish line. I added a splotchy brown coat of paint until it looked like the doll had also lost a mud wrestling rematch to that dastardly avocado. Ta-da!
What do you think?
There it is, this thing. It's many colors. None of them particularly flesh tone.
is it supposed to be?
It's got some Gerber coming down its chin, it looks like. And raspberry filling popping out its eyes. Its fingers appear to have been inside someone's chest recently. It's got like rotten eyeshadow or something going on. It's horrifying is the word I'm looking for. Horrifying. Not gonna win any baby pageants, I'm afraid. But I'd like to see it try. I really would. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight, so thank you for showing me. Also, curse you for showing me.
Okay, so I wasn't quite done. I went back and darkened the eye sockets so they wouldn't get mistaken for eyeshadow anymore. And then, as is only right when you've completed a masterpiece of such epic proportions, an edifice of splendor beyond comparison in the known world, I signed my name to it. And then signed it again in blue? Oh, no, I still wasn't done. Once I'd gotten this far, it seemed worth it to push the zombie factor even farther and draw purple and blue cute little spider-webby veins all over. The icing on the cake, so to speak. The cherry on the sundae. The glitter on this undead unicorn. I was so convinced at this point that I was finished that we filmed the entire teaser trailer for this musical, just like this. No clothes, battery compartment, and speaker box just hanging out there. I know no one thought this was a real infant risen from the grave to seek revenge on the living, but it's easier to pretend if you can't literally see the wires, right? So what does a fashionable zombie baby wear to see its grandparents for the holidays? A diaper made from an old bag in the back of my closet? Sure! I cut it open, laid it flat, snipped off extra pieces until it was square, then fitted it to the baby. I ended up with 2 rectangles about the size of my favorite book. I marked and cut out space for the legs so that our little monster would still be able to haunt the house freely. Just to keep the diaper from looking too perfect, I sewed a line of big stitches across the middle, pulled the thread until it was wrinkly as a potato chip, and knotted it off. Frayed edges are super in this season, especially for creepy crawlers under 1 foot tall. It makes them look so much more mature. Whew, now we're really finished. We can kick back, relax, brew your favorite drink, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, whatever. Cheers! Never mind, we're gonna throw the diaper in there because even zombies can't wear white after Labor Day. I stirred it around until the cloth was good and soaked, then let it sit for 15 minutes. That gave me a nice, even brown color, but you know we're about splotchy things today. I used a splash of soy sauce and a dash of chocolate syrup, just for varying shades of caramel and mocha and umber. You can use absolutely anything that your parents used to warn you not to spill on your clothes. I let it sit for another 15 minutes. Then I allowed our quality control officer to make his inspection so he wouldn't decide to step in it and smear chocolate soy sauce all over the house. I rinsed everything out. 2 safety pins later, and I was finally finished. I can't believe I made this, guys.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you want to see more things I've made, you can check them out over there. Beard salute! Woo!